What's good, everybody? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and I'm here to talk to you about Two Lost Distribution. They are one of the most technologically advanced distributors in music. They distribute to more stores than any of the distributors around. They distribute, they give you 100% of your royalties. They only charge you $3 a month, and you have an instant option to get an advance from these guys. So if you're watching this and you want to be in the music business and you're trying to figure out how to get help, I'm here to tell you, go to twolost.com and use the word GODS as your coupon code, and you get the first 3 months free.
And love, it's Rick the Negotiator.
And this is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and welcome to Artist Spotlight. Let's go. And today, Artist Spotlight powered by Two Lost Distribution. Go to twolost.com, use the code GODS, and you get the first 3 months at no cost, and the rest of the every other month after that is only $3. So shout out to Two Lost Distribution for supporting us, and shout out to you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and yeah, man, we have a special guest today. This is someone who I've watched in rooms. I watch grow. I watch him brand himself. I watch him like really be like almost like, I want to say this. Tuna and Sean can't get mad at me because I know DJ Incredible and I know Sean Famoso, so I know him when they was promoters. I feel like this guy was kind of like a secret weapon that came into that moment, and his LVRN was born. So everybody, let's give it up for Justice, aka Justice wears cool pants. Let me see what kind of pants.
Going on?
What kind of pants nigga got on? No, I'm fucking with you. Nah, so
light work.
So Justice, man, how did I know we don't? This is Artist Spotlight, so we don't even talk about this. But I want to ask, like, how did you get in? How did you guys all link up to start LVRN?
I mean, the reality of it is, right, like, as the story goes, LVRN was birthed, I guess, for lack of better words, in a small apartment. But I had an idea, right?
Okay.
I had an idea. From inception, I always knew, like, I wanted to build something. I was talking about it earlier, like, obviously, you know, the Puff thing.
Yeah.
But, like, the Dame thing, they built a family.
Yeah.
And for me, I just felt like it was so cool, like, from a music perspective.
Me too.
Being able to make money with your friends and, like, being executive, like, look cool. So, like, with that being said, like, I had a vision. Didn't know how I was going to piece it together. But for me, it was just picking up like-minded people as I went. So
was the vision to build something in music or just build something, period?
It was in music.
Okay.
Right? I didn't know how it would happen. Got you. But, you know, it started off with the Catalyst, you know, one of the first artists that I was working with, like a 16-year-old kid named Rory. And I was basically developing for like a couple years.
Yeah.
But I just kept hitting a wall in terms of just like not understanding the blueprint. Like I knew, you know, the textures that you need to be an artist. Like,
by the way, I want you to dive into this. Is what Artist Spotlight is about.
Yeah.
You get in the weeds of what you figured out. Like, what was the wall you hit, and what did you figure out in that wall?
So like this was like maybe 2012.
Okay.
So the reality of it is just like, again, YouTube was really just now being a thing, and we were having these success stories, right? We had Tyler come out, you know, which was incredible. You know, Kendrick was doing his thing, with TD as a whole, right? And then, you know, in Atlanta and New York had A$AP Rocky and the A$AP movement.
Yeah.
And then from Atlanta, we never saw sensation that went overnight like Trinidad James.
Yes.
Right?
That was actually the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, I happen to know Trinidad just being around, like, you know, like in the space, but like watching all of those stories that I said and figuring out what was the linear point, what was that meeting point that all these artists figured out.
Yeah.
Right? Which was juxtaposition. All of these artists that I said juxtaposed like who they were and what it is that they did against something that you wouldn't normally see. So I understood that, and I really
can you give us an example just so I understand? Like, you have a clear example of what that is?
Yeah, like Trinidad James, you know, like for lack of better words, he was a hipster.
Yes.
But he was a street nigga at the same time. Right? But then he was in the body of a nigga that had gold on, looking like, you know, the Martin,
like a pimp, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like Jerome,
the
like
whole
a pimp.
vibe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, then he put his video on World Star.
Yeah.
Right? So it was just like all the crashing worlds of like what
because World Star's more street,
exactly,
more exactly.
So it was just like one of these things, and same with Rocky, where it was just like, you know, a New York nigga that sounds like he's from Houston.
Yeah.
Has white girls in his video.
Yeah.
It was just all these things that I've like, oh, okay, cool. This is entertainment.
Yeah.
Right? Like the music is one thing, but this is
Yeah.
entertainment.
Yeah.
So learning and understanding that, I'm like, all right, cool. The fabric of what it is that we're building, how can I make this make sense for me? Because what Atlanta artists technically do, up and coming artists, they just do these showcases and like they play for the same 5 niggas in every venue.
Yep.
And I'm just like, bro, this can't be it.
Yeah.
Like there's no way niggas is gonna make it out like this.
Yeah.
Right? So I just had to sit back. And to be honest, I got introduced to Sean, you know, by a close friend of mine, Trayvon. And Sean and Tunde were the only ones that were like, you know, of my age, but still had one foot actually in the industry, but still in the street at the same time, right? Because I was fully in the street, like, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't have that rear view or like that peer view to like what's going on. So when we met, I was like, yo, like I have something special. You guys have something special, and I think that this would be better if we, you know,
came together. Gotcha.
And put our egos to the side.
So Rory was the first LVRN artist.
Technically,
Yeah. Because he wasn't, because you guys
LVRN as you know it.
Exactly. Yeah. But he was kind of like because it felt like Sean came to my office and played me Rory, and I ain't gonna lie, I passed. I didn't get it. I always, and by the way, that's why I liked you, and I like, because I always like when someone gets something I don't. So I'm like, help me see what that is, because when Sean came and gave it to me, I was like, I remember the day he played, I was like, I don't know, because I don't want to sign I can't help, I don't want to sign something, so I was like, I don't get it, but then I saw it, and and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was watching front row because I was like, I want to see this work because I don't get it, and it just makes you better because now you learning it, but like I was just like, it felt like he was the catalyst that launched. Almost, it felt to me from the outside looking in like Rory was the catalyst that put you guys together.
Absolutely.
And then once you guys got together, you realized like this might not work, but I think we do. And then that's when it was all like it just took off from there.
The best advice I ever got. I was maybe 22 years old, and I was in Los Angeles, and I was having lunch with a guy named Chris Clancy.
Shout out to Chris. He's that's Tyler the Creative Manager.
Yeah. He was managing Frank at the time, Mac Miller. And he said, yo, listen, artists, fickle. They come and go. Yeah. But one thing you need to focus on is your soil. I was like, what you mean? He was like, focus on building a soil. So whenever you plant any tree, it's gonna grow, it's gonna blossom. Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm trying to. Yeah,
I want to hear that too. Yeah,
it makes sense.
I'm trying to figure it out. But then, you know, in hindsight, I go home and I'm reflecting. I'm like, soil, Odd Future, damn, Tyler, Earl Sweatshirt, the internet, Frank Ocean. It keeps going. Yeah. Taco. Yeah. Like everybody's just doing their own things, and I'm like, oh, let's pour into our unit. Yeah. Each of us. Yeah. Shit, what do you like, Tunde? Oh, you like business? You like cursing niggas out? Bet. Yep. Run that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sean, what do you like? You like marketing. You a crazy nigga. You like different stories? Yeah. Run that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let's pour into each other. Right? And that's just kind of what it was. So now when an artist got into the fold, it also felt like they were part of a family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that was, again, the inception of even why I wanted to be there. Gotcha. But again, you get lost because you're like, yo, I want to make this artist work. I want to make this artist work. And yeah, we want to make the artist work. But also it's like, it's about longevity. Like at the end of the day, I think like the best seat in the house is being an executive or being a producer because you have a million lives. Exactly. Right? You can keep going.
Say that again,
you
bro.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah. So I mean, that was the best piece of advice I ever got from Chris, and that's kind of like our focus on what it is that we're building now.
Because it always feels like, to me, the thing I notice that I pay attention to is it feels like you guys at LVRN are like, okay, cool, we have LVRN, our artists, but then you also have LVRN, our company. And that's the soil, and you guys always plant seeds for both, right? It's like, it was like the first. I remember, you know, Sean and Tuna used to come to the studio all the time. They was always, and they always was watching, trying to figure out. But the thing I knew that they were good at was promoting parties, right? Because that's what they
were incredible.
Yeah, they were incredible at that. So it was always like, you guys just have to. But then, what I think you brought was like, it's a texture to what you guys are promoting. Because I remember I still got the email when I sent to like 5 different labels, like. Y'all should sign this record, Dance Like a Stripper. It was a record that Sean, they had, and it was like, but that's not their texture, right? It was almost like, you're great at selling, you're great at marketing, you're great at all of that, but you just have to find the product. But the soil is watered now. So as long as the soil is watered, when that product come, nigga, we just embed them in there. And the crazy thing is, it feels like that. It feels like you guys have the understanding of what it takes in the new market to break an act.
I appreciate that.
So when you're looking to sign artists, right? Because this is artist spotlight, right? Artists always are looking like, how do I get on? How do I get on? And I hate that part, by the way. And if you're listening to this, listen to this not for you to get to justice. Like, that's the part that pissed me off. It's like, when you hear him talk, you be like, I want to be like with him. And I'm like, nigga, he just told you how he became him. Yeah. He just gave you the answer on how to be, and you still like, I heard that, but can I sign to you? And it's like, listen, guys, to like what he's saying. If you're trying to get on, you're wrong. But if you listen to what he's saying, he built it. He said we knew the house we wanted to build. We knew what we wanted to do. And by the way, it is a revolving door. Yeah. So motherfuckers gonna come and go, right? And motherfuckers might come. It might not serve them like they think it's supposed to, but if it's serving another one, then we still straight. You know what I'm saying? Because now you can't blame. It can't look like we don't know what we're doing. So when you guys look at signing your acts, like, what is your approach? Like, what do you look for? Like, how's the whole process go?
I mean, for me, the first thing I look for is authenticity.
Okay.
Like, I think that's just what it is. Like, you know, we have this joke internally where I'm just like, I really don't sign niggas that can sing for real. Like, I really sign people that like I feel emotion. You know what I'm saying? From like the emotion comes from authenticity, right?
Got
if
you.
we look at our favorite artists, again, like, you know, we look at Marvin Gaye, we look at Lauryn Hill, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are artists that, like, Kanye, these are artists that you feel, right? I was listening to a song this morning, you know, Kanye said, you know, everything I am, damn, hold on.
Everything I am, everything I am.
Yes, everything I am is everything I am, right? And it's like, that's literally the point. Yeah. That's the nuclei of being an artist, where it's just like, if you find the DNA and you really understand who you are and you're authentic to it, everything else can cut through. It's not about the music. It's about people wanting to connect with somebody that they feel like can speak how they feel inside.
Yes. You speak from emotions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you can do that and then you make it look cool, you're God. I don't care if you can sing or not. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, if you sing too well, I might not even want to hear the song. I want to be able to feel like I can sing it with you. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and that's what makes hip hop so special. Like, because it's like, you know, I see the arguments where they're like, yeah, rap is in the bad spot, or I'm like, yo, no, you're not understanding. Like, it's follow the leader. That's just what it is. Where they're influencing because they have tapped into a part of themselves where they're able to connect to a certain consumer that feels them. So like, so when I'm looking for an artist, I'm looking for that authenticity, right?
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I first met Summer for the first time, she came into my office. She basically had some ballet flats on and literally looked like was about to die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But she had a guitar and like and some face tats. And I was like, those two things don't go together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then she sung, and I'm like, oh, whatever you just sung, you wrote that and you felt that.
Yes. So it triggered you off top. Like, I believe you.
You know what I'm saying? She barely even spoke. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally was scared of humans. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when she sung, and again, very soft spoken, very soft singing. But like, I'm like, I believe you, and that's the difference.
Do you want? Because it feels like Summer, Black, Rory. It feels like your artists all have this mystery around them, right? Would you ever want to work with an artist that is like just straight down the middle, no mystery, just promoting themselves, just going hard? Like, is that like not on brand with you?
And this is the part of scaling, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is the chapter that we're in as a company, right? I mean, up until now, you know, everything that you've seen has been my taste, right? My personal taste tends to be mysterious, right? Tends to be like, you know, introverted.
Yes, for sure.
Right? But I do understand that, like, as you're building, you know, I have other A&R. Shout out to Red, shout out to Drew, shout out to Bryce. But like, I want now, the artist that we're gonna sign is gonna be their taste. So hopefully we get something a little bit more down in the middle, and we can push that and we can promote that. But yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I think what we've been able to do has been really cool. But like, I also I want I want a rap star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought I did
Yeah.
because like rap comes with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But like, cause I
It does.
rap just comes with shit I just
Yeah.
don't want. Like
Yeah.
I really just care about girls and like
Yeah. Having a good
You know
time,
what I'm
make
saying?
my
That's
money, yeah.
really it. Like
Yeah.
like rap. You know what I'm saying? Niggas talking about stepping on shoes, nigga moments and shit. I'm not really with it. But I'm a student of hip hop. I love hip hop
Yeah.
more than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So okay, so let's just talk about this. So is it more like Lil Baby, straight street, or would, because as soon as you said rapper, the first person went through my head was Childish Gambino. That's because he's a dope ass rapper, but he can sing. But so I was like, is that the
No, again, that's more of my taste.
Yeah,
right?
because I was about to say that's not your taste. I was asking. That's what I was asking.
right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you were ask me, like, I mean, what does Drake? Like, I'll take a Drake.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I
duh.
think we all will.
Who wouldn't?
No, but here's
like-
what I like. You can spell out why though.
Yes.
That's what makes us what we do. Like
Yeah.
everybody, like, but you can spell out why, like you will want a Drake.
Right.
So, because here's why I would want a Drake.
Right.
Drake, I've been saying this. He's a cheat code.
Mm-hmm.
He could say nigga, but he could wear yarmulke, right?
Yep.
Which means that, and he's from Canada, which
Mm-hmm.
means that he can kind of define what Canadian music is,
Mm-hmm.
right? But he's in the South. He's with us, so it's kind of like he raps like he's from the South, but then he can rap on some. He can do some Caribbean shit. He could do some West Coast shit. He can do anything he wants because he's clear.
Drake is us. Drake is us.
Yes, he's
right?
clear.
As in, like, usually artists aren't well traveled.
Yes.
That's who he is.
That's
Yes.
what he is.
Yeah.
Right?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and also the epitome of it is like, if you understand music and music consumption, you can't be a superstar without having the females on your side.
Yes.
Facts.
Right? He understands that. He understands that through and through. But also, more importantly, he likes the shit that I like, which is like smack DVD, like the essence of hip hop.
Yes.
So he understands all
All
those
of it.
things.
Yes.
So he's well rounded. So that
And he can
that's
do
what I
it
fuck
all.
with.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yes.
it's like
Yeah.
if you're from the West Coast, you come to the South. Like it's still people from New York that give Pac.
Yeah.
Pac been gone 25 years. There's still some OGs from New York. It's like he ain't from LA. He from New York. Like it's like, so it's different, you know. But he was able to go to Houston, to Atlanta, and I think he also solved the cheat code where he could say, "You could put me on a record." Like who can't Drake do a record with?
Anybody.
He could do a record with Lil
Any
Durk
genre.
or Adele. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? He could do a record with anybody because he can be anything, which is also dangerous. It's also dangerous because when you could be a lot, you want to be a lot. He's the only one, because another thing we don't speak enough about is that as everything he does matches the character that he plays. Like you
He
can't,
goes into phases.
Yes. Yes, there it is. So I'm
Yeah.
like, so sometimes it's like, yo, like he can go in and out of character. Like, I like Nothing Was the Same Drake. Like I like that Drake. I like, so you might like the Drake that when he did the Party album.
Right. You got the emotional
the
Drake.
Nevermind.
You got the
Honestly, Nevermind,
He wants
right?
to be
You
a
know what I'm
spitter.
saying?
He wants to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
so
got
he can
that
do it
version
all.
of himself, and then it's like.
That's why I said I think anybody could have him. But I want to know,
Yeah.
like, what do you like? What obviously this is like a weird curse. Like, why would you want Michael Jordan on your team? But it's like asking an actual coach.
Yeah.
Like I could put him in the paint. You know what I mean? So I'm asking you.
Why would I want Drake on my team?
Yep.
I mean, I think, like I said, I think that like when it comes to also the music, he cares about the music. At the end of the day, like Drake will give you the eras. Like he'll give you Certified Lover Boy. He might do the little swoop in his hair, and he might have the braids era Drake. Like whatever it is, he's gonna give you that entertainment aspect
Yes.
of it. But the music,
Yeah.
I mean, the fundamentals are there.
Yep.
At the end of the day, like he understands he needs his producer. 40's there, right? Boy One is there. You know what I'm saying? 1985 is there. Like he has his producers. Then, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like the songs, he writes songs.
And I was about to tell you,
The nigga writes songs.
but I'm gonna push back right there a little bit. Drake is probably the most unique songwriter in music.
Yeah.
His hooks are wordy, right? Everything that they tell a real songwriter to do, he
does
doesn't
opposite.
do. Like Drake will rap for 36 bars on a song, and but it's only because he'll give you a melodic break in the middle of the verse where he might just start singing, and then I always tell people, I'm like, Drake has more than one voice, and if you want to be successful as an artist, you have to have more than one voice. So he can give you like the Southern Drake, he can give you these things because people will get bored.
Yeah. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, people would no.
Yeah.
In Tehran, what Tehran was like. So even if you listen to like, here's a great example. Listen to Controller. When you hear Controller as an American, you naturally think it's a Caribbean record. Like that's how I heard
Yeah.
it. And Tehran is like, bro, he's singing in a Caribbean accent. No, he's singing in Caribbean melody with an American accent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so it feels like a Caribbean reggae, but he's like, never again, I'm an American shawty. Them girls, I'm doing down, you nothing. He's not singing in a Caribbean accent.
No.
He just is singing in the Caribbean flow, so it feels like it.
Using
So,
some Toronto
so it's some,
lingo
it's some
in there.
cheap
Yeah,
shit. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
he the only one that can do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's so, I mean, I think other people can now, but
Yeah.
that's what makes him unique. It's
Yeah.
nothing he can't do. I also think that that's why people attacked him, because everybody realized we live in a box.
He does.
And
it.
he
He's
does
the only
it.
one that does.
It's kind of like you know, like, damn, this nigga really, he don't have to play by the same rules.
Did everybody really attack him though?
Well, you know, it was like the Avengers. It was they called it 20 versus 1. But I think from the inside looking in, it always felt like it's almost like we in the hood, right? And I'm from the hood. I hated those kids that hung out with us that had their daddy in their house. I hated them. Why the fuck you with us?
Mm-hmm.
Not even your daddy. Your mom and your dad had jobs. So, nigga, we fucked up over here. Why you want to be on some hood shit? Nigga, we trying to steal and do this dumb shit to get to where you at and you there. It just never made sense. And I feel like, to me, that's what I feel like happened. It was almost like, this nigga don't got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, but also like, all right. So like the reality is like, the nigga has been number one for like 15 years.
Yes. Period.
Right. And like, that just is what it is. That's
Period.
what comes with it. But like, the reason why like it's interesting watching like this whole Drake thing, and I don't want to go on a tangent,
sure.
but like,
Nah,
It's
Justice, you. This is a special episode of
Okay.
Artist Spotlight. I want you on That's Debatable. Like, I just like talking to you, so I want you to do your justice thing. Like, let's go.
yeah, I mean, so like, all right, so like, it's interesting, right? Like again, like everything is prophetic, right? Like, I was listening to Drake's first album, his first commercial album, and you know the song "Light Up." Hove says, "Drake, here's how they're gonna come at you with silly rap. He was trying to distract you."
Yep.
And here's the thing: why I love Drake is that he never runs from a fade.
Nope.
He never
Okay.
does. But Hove warned him
Yes.
because there's a certain nigga that's gonna come around that unfortunately is just not built for you to win.
Yes.
Not to say you're not capable or you can't rap with the nigga, but it's just like the timing of everything just can't work.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And when and Drake has been, the Kendrick and Drake, they've been going back and forth for a minute, and he's
Sneaky,
been, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like when he went into it, I'm like, Drake, this is the worst time.
This the one person you.
This the worst.
This the one person out there you could.
Not even
yeah.
that, the timing of it, my nigga.
Why you say timing? I want to know.
Because Drake has been on top for so long, people just already want to see him lose. So the timing of it, he didn't have the momentum, right? Like it's like the undercard versus like the the main nigga where you like yeah, we want, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
and Kendrick is quiet. Kendrick
Yeah.
represents something completely different, and it's just like this is not the vibe. But like, for lack of better words, I think that he could have avoided this. He could have avoided everything.
How?
I'm curious.
I gotta hear this. How?
How could he have avoided? Nigga, don't take the bait.
But didn't he let the bait? Didn't he let
thought
the
he's
bait
the
on
one that
first
set it
person
off.
shooter? Like,
First person shooter, yeah, but like, how many shots is Kendrick throwing out there?
okay. So here's I love where you
Keep
going.
doing
but
the subliminal.
Here's what I think happened. What I think happened that made it the wrong person is that, like I said, I started this. You a cheat code. You could say nigga, but you wear a yarmulke. You can do both. You get invited to the Jewish events and you can say nigga at the nigga events. That is a cheat code like never before. But you aren't. It's two things he ain't that we take the most pride in. He's not American and he ain't black. You're black, but you're not.
Exactly.
Like I said, you can still do that.
He's not Kendrick black.
He's not.
No, he ain't that.
He
Yeah.
ain't.
Kendrick is
and
black.
That's my point.
Yeah.
And my thing. And by the way,
Kendrick is-
and to me it's like, and Kendrick is also very successful, but he doesn't talk about money.
Right.
So Drake is like, he's of the Jay-Z mindset where he gonna brag on what he had. So even when Rick Ross dissed him, and this nigga said he made everybody feel so fucking is like isolated. Like you got a plane that you wrapped. No, you can't do that, bro. Like, just cause you the only one with a 767. Like you forgetting. And I feel like he was so rich, so disconnected, and so not around. My opinion, real niggas.
Yeah.
I ain't talking. I'm talking about like we real niggas, but I'm talking about like you got those real niggas. It's like, hey, bro, that's gonna happen. And I feel like as soon as it came, I would have said that's not the thing to do.
Yeah.
He's the one person to me that could beat you. Because he's the one person that never played the game you played, and we still love him.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, he's more talented than you. you're more digestible than him. You're Chick-fil-A, he's Nobu. Nigga, you sell it. Everybody go to Chick-fil-A. Everybody, no.
I'm torn on that.
Go, let's
damn.
go. Let's talk Jessica.
Yo,
let me tell you why. Chick-fil-A sells more chicken sandwiches than anybody.
Yes.
You love the service. It's a great family option, right? Drake is that. Kendrick is Nobu. Drake is making records and 40 is finishing it off. You could tell Kendrick is in a time period. Everything he does is a time period. So to me, he almost like he sits back and watching is like, he's like Daniel Day-Lewis. Like when he comes out, you're like, what is he gonna do? Oh my God, he's so talented, he's so special, he's so different. When Drake comes out, it's like, oh, we know what he's gonna do. He's gonna brag on the bitches he fucked, he's gonna brag on how much money he got, he's gonna brag on that. And in the 2024, where the economy is fucked up, we don't wanna hear that, Canadian nigga. Like, you should know better. And then here come a real nigga from Compton. It was nothing he could do to win that battle.
I struggle with that, right? But also, like, super side note, like, I think Drake needed this.
Agreed.
Because if you study anything,
You think so? I want to hear why.
Because you get comfortable sitting at the top,
Yeah.
man. You get comfortable, and you're not as sharp. You're not a perfect 10 no more.
Hear me out. But hear me out.
Because almost like you don't have to be.
But can I say something though? Did anybody not see that coming from our culture?
see what
The
loss?
the way he was moving, right? It's like we rich. But hold on, you
But
get a
they
little bit
didn't
more
pay
richer than
attention
us.
to it.
I think they saw it.
I think they might have, but if he's at the top and we need him to get there, they're not going to say nothing. So it's almost like intimidation, but he's too powerful. We feel
That's
that
my
way, but we
point.
can't say anything. And Kendrick said, "Fuck that. I'm letting it out."
He's
and
the
then
only person.
He kind of cleared the way for everybody, and then it was a free fall.
Well, Pusha T dissed him. Everybody, he answered Pusha T by saying, "I can't believe this nigga is the one."
Yeah.
He looked at him like, "How dare you? You see how high I'm flying?" And Kendrick is like, "I'm flying just as high, not as high as you, but high enough where you can't see it from the ground."
It's a difference. I think like Kendrick has his voice is magnified enough to where like this is not gonna fly under the radar for like just rap fans.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is gonna make CNN.
And, it's like Justin. It's like a nigga like, "Oh, you want to spar? Okay."
Yeah.
And then a nigga hit you. Boom. Bitch, hold up. Get up, nigga, get up. Like, he's like, I really think that's what happened. He thought it was going to be some fun dick, like who got the biggest dick thing. And Kendrick was like, no, nigga, you're not like us. And I told people, and I was like, when I saw Not Like Us being like played at the Harlem Renaissance, when they was doing the Harlem, and it wasn't the song, it was the beat. It was musician, brum, 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 brum. And it's like, everybody in the audience is 40 and up. I'm like, oh my God. I don't think he needed this. I think he's in trouble.
No. He needed this.
Let me tell you what, I think he's in trouble, and I think that the only way I just don't know if he's gonna do what it takes to come back. He needs to have a humble reset.
I think he is.
Come back. Where is he gonna go? Who's competition for the nigga? Like the reality of it is, right? Like if we were talking about this in 2005, I'm like, yeah, the nigga's in trouble because there's so many nice niggas out there that's going crazy,
yeah.
right? But like my man has been chilling for so long. It's really literally there's no competition, right? So when you say he's in trouble, I'm like, he's not. He needed some resistance. He needed to remember why he does this. Right?
True.
Like I think that if you look at Drake's life and like how music has been going, I think that like he's lost inspiration.
Okay,
Right?
okay, so let's say this. So my thing is this, but I also believe that he's sensitive. I believe that in rap you can't be sensitive.
I think the best rappers have been sensitive.
No. You gotta be a real nigga. You can't you gotta be like Tupac was sensitive, but he got on track. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I just think that I could tell like he probably is like they say, man, him and LeBron beefing. And when I was on Joe's show, Joe was like, but it's like he's beefing with LeBron because he danced to the same song the whole world is dancing to. At this moment, nigga, you gotta take that you took a L and come back like with a nigga that took a L, not be like it's like a nigga, it's like a bully, it's like when Debo got his ass whooped. We ain't see him no more.
Yeah,
nigga, you got beat up, nigga, you got knocked the fuck out, nigga. Go home, come back tomorrow,
Right,
or
regroup,
don't
get it
come
together.
back, because you can't come back and bully somebody else. Because all we gonna say is Craig. Nigga, he can't say nothing if he brags on how much bitches he got. A freak ass nigga, yo, fuck. He killed him. He killed him to me. Kendrick, to me, that was like some art of war shit that I think they're gonna study from 100 years. To me, I just think that it was one of those like,
No, I mean,
how do you slay a giant, my nigga?
That was masterful.
How did you slay a giant, my nigga?
That was masterful. He was tactical, and he did it with impeccable timing.
And look, he can't come to Atlanta because he called every play in your playbook.
Listen, Drake can do everything, right?
If
Like,
Drake comes to Atlanta and does a record with somebody, they're gonna be like, oh, he's chasing.
I understand all that, but like the reality of it is, again, once we get back to the core of music, and this was before Drake became Drake. Once we get back to the core of music and Drake gets back to his core, which is women.
What's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and I want to ask you: are you ever frustrated with uploading a video to YouTube and you get no views? I know I was when I first started. If you're a music artist and you have your own podcast or your content creator, look no further. WHAM Promotions has gotten you covered. They specialize in high-end targeted YouTube campaigns that deliver real views, real subscribers, and most importantly, real growth. So if you're struggling with real organic YouTube growth, I'm here to tell you to go on WHAM Promotions and use the promo code GODS and receive 20% when you check out. Tell them Ray sent you, you got 20% off. Let's go, guys. I'm looking to see you guys on the charts. Let's go.
And he starts making those records, all these niggas are gonna forget again.
Can I tell you something? I'm gonna challenge you. Ja Rule, 50 Cent. Ja Rule was making smashes.
Yes, but I
Yeah.
don't think he was ever as big as Drake
Yeah.
I'm not-
was. Drake is on the final on a different
Yeah,
plane.
hold on.
And I think because of
You
that,
can't
he'll
even-
be able to recover.
That's-
Ja Rule
that's
couldn't
so
recover
disrespectful
because
to
he
Drake.
was.
No, it's not. No,
That's
I'm gonna
so
tell you why it's not. I'm gonna tell you why it's not.
I get why you said that.
Can I tell you why it's not? Can I tell you why it's not? Y'all gotta remember something. Y'all gotta remember something. Not only was Ja Rule a huge superstar.
Yes.
Irv Gotti signed the biggest superstars of that time.
J.X. and Ja, all three.
So Irv was also a big producer. Ja was also a big songwriter. He was huge. My nigga, what I'm trying to tell y'all is that the music don't feel the same no more after you get a loss. After you take a L, it don't feel the same because the music is like we listen to a champion, right? It don't feel the same. And if he didn't, is he gonna have to come with a 444 style album? Like he gotta have to come with an album. He addresses it all. He gotta apologize in French. My bad for sending. Like he has
Now,
to do that.
I agree with
Now,
that.
if he does that, I think he comes back.
Because
but
the
if he
stuff
just
he
come
came
back and
with-
just make another, it's nothing he could drop. Right? He could drop Nice for what?
He tried that.
And niggas will
From
still
his
be
Lil
like,
Burner account. And
yeah,
nobody paid it no
nobody
mind.
cared.
All the
Nah,
records. Nobody paid it no
He
mind.
didn't drop a nice 4. Come on, guys.
No. I'm saying he dropped records.
Let's stop. Let's stop this. Like,
He didn't
come
drop
on.
records?
Let's stop. He's dropped records. And actually, one of them is catching a circadian rhythm. That one's catching, right? But like, listen, I'm not here to cape for the nigga. I'm just saying.
No, I mean, but by the way, I'm not either. But this is, to me, I feel like this is like political banter
Yeah.
about our superstars.
Yeah.
To me, it's like from the inside because it's entertainment to you. But from me, I'm looking at it like, how does he come back? And people saying he's not gone. He drops 100 gig. Genius. Remind us of the 15 years, the memories. Give us shit that you never gave us. But then the part of us is like, why you never gave that to us? Nigga, what the fuck are you hiding? Like, so I feel like in today's world, he gonna have to come back and do a humble reset. I think if he does, Jay-Z, when Beyonce dropped that motherfucking Lemonade album, and the whole world was talking about who the light-skinned girl in this, Jay couldn't come back and just make records. He did a whole album responding to it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think if you know anything about Drake, that's inevitable, right? Like he wears his heart on his sleeve.
When
right?
does he do it though?
Huh?
When does he do it?
When he's ready.
No, you're a strategist. No. See, Justice, you
say-
you run corporations.
Wait. You want him
when
to-
does he? I'm asking you.
When does he-
if he's on LVRN, when does he do it?
I think you let Kendrick have his moment.
Oh, I'm glad you
let
said
Kendrick
that.
have his moment.
So when does the moment stop?
After Super Bowl?
After Super Bowl.
After Grammys.
After the album.
After the Super Bowl,
After the
Grammy,
Grammy,
album
all
coming,
that
yeah,
stuff.
that's
Like,
coming.
So you see what I'm trying to say? It's
let
almost
the
like I
nigga
got it.
rock.
It's almost like I got it. So it's like you basically saying, give him the next year.
Let him rock.
Let's sit quiet and be. But it's like, nigga, in this world, they forget about you.
Nobody's forgetting about
No. I'm
Drake.
saying in this world, they will though.
Yeah, but he has to be
No.
smart.
Listen. Okay, just let me tell you what I mean. It's kids right now in elementary school saying probably A minor. Nigga, they're gonna remember that for the rest of their lives. They're gonna be adults one day, and they're gonna be like, "Ain't that the dude that was messing with?" I'm telling you, it's like he got dirt on his name now. I'm just saying you got to clean that shit off, and you got to come back and fight somebody else. You just can't walk away like nothing happened.
No. I think the reality of it is like let Kendrick have his moment, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm with you on that.
Also bow out gracefully. Give the nigga the W. Take the air out of that win.
Yep.
Because right now the reason why it stings so much is because he hasn't just acknowledged the nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
Like acknowledge the nigga as like, yo, you got
got
it,
me.
fam. You
He
got
got
it, fam.
me.
No round twos, none of that. Like you got it.
But then it goes back to what we said just about him being sensitive. If he's sensitive, then he can't get over that. He still can't believe they did that to him. Hey, nigga, it happens to everybody. You better get the fuck over yourself. But when you the biggest nigga in your whole country, he's the most famous person from his country. You know how big that from your whole country? It ain't like a small country.
In the world, right.
That's what I'm saying. But you are the most famous person from
Canada.
And then you got the second most famous nigga is clicking up with them.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you doing wrong? So to me, it makes everybody look at you, and you can't just come back and rap about a girl you just met and how you having a good time. Because everybody gonna sit back and be like, you ain't gonna talk about that Kendrick shit though? Like,
you
Meek
can.
had to.
But you can, though.
He has to. I don't know if he is though.
I think he has to.
I don't know if he is. That's what I'm saying.
You think he has to what?
He has to at least address
acknowledge it.
No, he has to acknowledge it. And
Well,
then
he will.
He has to
He
acknowledge
will.
it and
You
then
think so?
address it.
It's
He has
either
to.
going to be track 1 or the last track on the album.
You think so?
Again, study his catalog. Every album, he always lets you know how he feels.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that
Whether he's angry,
But do you
whether
think he's gonna
let
let
down?
you into what happened?
Yeah.
That's what. If he does that, I think he has a chance. He has to do that though.
He can't. He doesn't know how to not. That's the thing, right?
Gotcha.
Like, I think right now because there's no body of work to support how he feels, all we just see is like social media vibes.
Yeah.
But like, if you listen to his music, he doesn't know not how to let you feel. So like Drake is always a person where he's vulnerable through his music, and that's what's made him who he is.
Got you.
Right?
For sure.
It's the same language Kanye speaks.
But isn't it vulnerability through strength? Is it like?
Yeah.
Isn't it like I'm better after that? You see what I'm trying to say? Like, it's always like that girl. He might say a girl hurt him, but he still always comes out as the champion. This case, he has to walk out not being a champion, and I don't know what that looks like.
I mean,
He don't know what it looked like. It's first for him.
Nigga,
Yeah.
because you gotta have to wait until February next year.
it takes a second.
You know what I'm saying? At
You
least
talking about
February
after
next
Super
year.
Bowl, after
After the
Grammys,
Super Bowl,
so
after
realistically,
Grammys.
we talking March.
You
March,
shit on the
April.
Grammys. You shit
Yeah.
on. So it's like you gonna have to wait till because you know that they gonna put on for this nigga.
You know it. It's coming.
And then let's not see Lil Wayne come out there and perform with Kendrick.
That'd be nasty work.
Super nasty.
Why wouldn't he?
Super nasty.
You see what I'm trying to say? So then it
That'd be
becomes like it's
nasty.
almost like
Super nasty
it's like damn. But back to what we talking about.
That's like.
By the way, I'll do everybody. This is literally if wasn't no cameras here, we would literally be in the office having the same argument. Like, hey,
Yo, if Wayne does that, he's fucked. Drake's fucked. Drake's completely fucked. No question.
He's not fucked. Yo,
Nah,
y'all gotta
if
stop.
Wayne came out with Kendrick, Drake is fucked.
Listen, Kendrick Lamar
I want to hear it.
Kendrick Lamar put on a masterclass of being a rapper.
Yes.
I think he won a lot of people over. Right?
Yes.
The respect it's immense now.
Yes.
Right? Like if
Period.
you weren't sure about Kendrick, can he make a record?
Oh, no, he's
he
dead
made a
now.
record.
Yeah.
He made a record.
Yes.
Can Drake be touched? Yes.
Yes.
We learned a lot.
We learned a lot.
We learned a lot.
And by the way, if we learned a lot, what the fuck you think he learned?
Yeah.
That 767 can't save you.
No.
That $100 million mansion can't. He put the mansion on the artwork. Like he's letting you see, like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like nothing can save you, my nigga. You gotta come back. You damn near gotta come back and fight this nigga again. Like I don't even think it's over, my nigga. Like dog, I lived in the projects with bullies.
Right.
When a bully gets taken down, that is it.
Here's what I'm saying. The reason why Drake will be fine, and Kendrick is obviously doing what he's doing, but the reason why Drake specifically will be fine is that Drake has the same thing that to his fans, his core fans that Kanye has, which is their hearts. It's a different connection.
Period.
Drake's fans are connected to him differently, right? That's something Ja Rule never had. You know what I'm saying? We liked the records.
Yes.
But we didn't know.
Yes,
Y'all
he's
be-
right.
y'all be
I'm a
slipping
New
on Ja
Yorker. He's
Rule.
right. Listen,
We
I
didn't-
love
we
Ja.
didn't-
You know that.
We
I
didn't
think-
know the ins and outs of this nigga's life. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a Drake fan, you know the ins and outs of his life. So he has the hearts of people, right? And also the fact that now he has now flipped into being the underdog gives him a little extra edge.
Last thing I want to ask y'all. Last thing I want to say.
Uh-huh.
When you come out and you say, what's the big beef? When Meek was beefing with Drake and he took the L, you had to come out. You have to address the battle, right? My only thing is that I don't know if because you got to address the battle on music or you got to address the battle on an interview. I don't think he's gonna talk to nobody. And
No,
if he does,
it'll be on record with
it
Drake.
has to be a Charlemagne. It got to be somebody who we're like, okay, he's really going into the Lions Den to fight. But I don't think he's gonna do that. So it's gonna have to be music.
Now it has to be music.
Yeah.
And if
I
it's-
actually don't want to see him talk to anybody.
And if it's gonna be music, I just feel like, what the fuck can you say? Like, to me, it's like you said everything. When you said this nigga trying to free the slaves, this nigga came back and said, homie done doubled that. Like, my nigga. But that, to me, is just like, you have no strategy. Get over it. It's that plane can't save you. None of that shit can save you. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. None of that can save you, because this, at its core, is hip-hop culture. And hip-hop culture has been always built on competition.
Mm-hmm.
And,
it is.
And, nigga, you just competed against a nigga, and you done slid. You ain't even got touched by a nigga before. Like, you nigga got, like, people say he lost Pusha T. I don't know how. When 50 Cent, hit me out. When 50 Cent did Wankster, from now on, when you hear Wankster, who do you think about?
No question, Ja. No question.
Ja Rule, has he done anything to prove to us
No.
he's not a Wankster? Right? Everybody say yes, right? Would you say that? Has Ja Rule done anything to prove? Okay, what the fuck? How is Drake gonna prove that he's not what everything Kendrick said? Come to Atlanta, you want your you what do you call him? A colonizer. You can't colonize no
That
more.
wasn't fair.
That you can't.
That wasn't fair.
That wasn't the
fair.
whole point of wars.
Drake
is not.
has changed more niggas' lives than anybody in hip hop.
And can I tell you how we look at it? Now, that's a great way to look at it. But then when you start looking at it from the other side, the other side is that's how I thought about it. But then when you start looking at it like he did the same thing, it's almost like rape victims. Like, he got on your record.
Yo,
he jumped
what?
on. No, hear me out. 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 Hear me out real quick. It's like, he did what? Oh, he got on your record too? And he got on the first verse? Oh, okay, cool. Damn, he got on your record, told you he was your bro, and then he ain't call you either? Damn, he did that to me. He did that to you? He did that to you? Oh, she did that to all of us? This nigga played us. And I think that's what happened.
Yeah. No. You got to debunk that. Nah, because that's happened to a lot of niggas, but also like a lot of niggas got money. They were able to get their moment, but their moment just wasn't here to stay. Drake got on my record. He got on Summer's record, changed my life.
Yeah.
Drake got on A$AP Rocky's record, changed his life.
But
Drake put Kendrick on his first album, changed his life. Like,
But he also took Drums, Cha Cha.
He did.
And he made it Hotline Bling.
He did.
So that's what I'm only saying that to say that it's some colonizing shit. It's like, it's really like, what do they call it? Swiss.
Listen, the reality.
What they call it? Swiss. What they call it with the
Swiss Army knife?
No. The thing where they say where you like you love your abuser. What do they call it?
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, Stockholm syndrome.
No. I mean, listen. The reality is, nigga, we love competition.
Yes, we do.
We love Jordan.
Yes.
We love Kobe.
Yes, we do.
As much as certain niggas might dap Kobe, be like, that's my favorite nigga, somebody's gonna be like, I hate that nigga.
Exactly.
In order to be number one, you gotta be fucking relentless.
Period.
That's just a fact.
Period.
So, as much as he's helped me, he's also hurt me.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? But who gives a fuck?
But him out-
Because I understand what it takes to be number one. Sometimes you gotta just X the nigga out.
That's true. And by the way, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that we got to stop looking at it like this culture is everything to the world.
Absolutely.
Not to like America, but to the world. This culture is everything. Okay, so you came in a culture, you got to the top of it, and then we start looking around like, hold on, look at y'all. Where's Summer from?
Atlanta.
Where you from?
Atlanta.
Where black from?
Atlanta.
Okay, cool. See, you don't see like you an Atlanta nigga putting on Atlantans, but you also got your deal in Atlanta, you got your business in Atlanta, so it makes sense. Now imagine if you were a Toronto nigga and you was going to the States to get everything, basically taking what you could take, and you take everything back to Toronto. At some point in time, people look up and be like, hold on.
Nah, but that ain't right. Party, The Weeknd. Like, he's done shit for fucking Toronto, bro. That's not right.
No. I didn't say he do shit. No, that's not what I said. I'm saying that he's from Toronto, but he got his sauce, his start, his everything from the States. So, but then you start looking at it like his house is in Toronto. He's surrounded by Toronto people. By the way, shout out to Boy Wonder, shout out to Mr. Morgan. All that's dope. But you forgot that you making your money over there. And by the way, it's like a nigga not from your neighborhood getting money on your corner. You like him, but then you start realizing, hold on, this nigga, when we giving out turkeys, this nigga ain't gave out a turkey. Yeah. Hold on, this nigga ain't gave back to nobody. Hold on, yo, he got us. Then you start realizing, damn, because you recognize he needed them as bad as they needed him. Nigga, when he got the Future, nigga, I remember when that album came out. Future was like. But Future was hot in the street, so it looked like a commercial nigga was bringing a street nigga up. But what really was happening was a commercial nigga needed the streets. So he
Yeah.
go fuck with the street. You understand what I'm trying to say? So what I'm saying is that
It's always mutual.
That's what,
It's
but,
always
but,
mutual.
but it's not one is more bigger than the other.
No, well, yeah.
You think
bro.
so?
Yeah, bro. Like, what we talking about? The nigga still, like, yes, I absolutely. Did he need the moment to hop on the song with the Migos? Yes. Did it help Drake a lot? Did it help us contextualize who Drake was? Him getting on Tony Montana, like, did it help us, like, oh, he's actually, like, dope. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
him standing next to Wayne, did that help? Yeah, absolutely. All that helps.
But he was dope.
It helps with the culture, credibility, and all that shit. At the end of the day, none of them records sold more than the records that he did for the women. If we're talking about it, at the end of the day,
there's no argument there.
at the end of the day,
I'm thinking. I like talking to you. I'm thinking. I'm already thinking. I'm like, hold on.
hold on, we're going home.
Find your
One
love.
dance.
One dance, diamond record. Like, let's talk about
Okay,
it.
but okay, let's talk about this then. If that's the case, then women like that nigga, right? Women like to be with that nigga. Kendrick just showed us that he's not that nigga, and now he has to show us that he is. He can't mess with nobody under 30 anymore. He can't mess with nobody under 25 no more. You like, dog. He literally carved out everything that made him super. He literally took the whole picture. There's a picture, jets, bitches, money, everything. He carved you out. All we got is you now. You on the paper. Now what you gonna do? And I think that now people looking like, well, damn. And that's what I'm saying. But back to what we was talking about, man. I can talk. By the way, I can talk to Justice all day. I love talking to him because he got opinions like me. But back to what we was saying. So what made y'all sign Black? Like, what was it about him?
His tone.
His tone.
His
I'm
tone.
glad you said that.
His tone.
I heard his tone. I was like, this nigga is out of here.
Yeah. He sounded like nothing I heard in that space at that time. Obviously, like, it was like a renaissance in R&B.
Yeah.
And like R&B and hip hop were having like infusion.
Yeah.
Right? And there were a lot of people that were coming out, but I think his tone was such a unique tone. I was just like, man, this is something.
And I was gonna ask y'all, because Black is the one person where I'm like, you can't tell me that you didn't sit down for at least half a second and say, what category do we put him in?
Yeah.
Because it's like, he's really not a singer. He's really a melodic rapper, but putting him in the singing category kind of gave him his own lane.
Gives him that lane, yeah.
That was brilliant, by the way.
Gives
That
him
was
a lane.
brilliant. Because it's like you carved him out. Like, he's a singer. So even if we trying to figure out what it is, well, they said he's a singer. He's not in Rap Caviar. He's in R&B. You know what I'm saying? So
That's something I learned early. Again, like when we're talking about like the Rory situation, where it's just like it's an alternative kid, right?
Yeah.
He sings, he raps, he plays guitar, all the whole bunch. And like we were saying, oh yeah, we don't want to be categorized. I'm like, nah. I learned that mistake.
I did too.
I learned that mistake. I'm like, nah, this is what you are.
yes.
Let the people know what you are.
Yes.
Stand on it. And then once you get your tree, then you can branch off.
Yes.
But until then, this is what you
Well,
are.
I'm glad you said that because a lot of people want to be everything. And it's
Yeah.
like, you could be everything eventually.
Yeah.
But you got to come out and say,
Yeah.
I'm this. I also think that's what hurt Ja Rule. He was a rapper, but all of his hits was singing.
Yeah.
And I had come a rap nigga saying, "Do this nigga even rap? Nigga, you a singer."
I never
And
heard that
think-
nigga in the basement.
Yeah. And this is what Ja lost because what happened
I never
was,
heard Ja Rule.
it was crazy because right after that,
Yeah.
right after Wayne's all that stuff, and he comes back with a song "Clap Back," where he went away from the women,
Yeah.
and he went to rap, and it wasn't
And
received,
he threw it off.
and it threw it off.
Yeah, 'cause-
he went away from who he was.
That's my
and
point.
what made him
That's
great.
what I'm trying to tell Justice.
That's what messed him up.
Your boat got rocked.
Yeah.
How do you come back? Because you have to come back slightly different because the boat got rocked, but you can't come back. You can kill yourself in the comeback. So when Ja Rule comes, we're going to clap back. And then he does
And
the
he killed
New
himself.
York street record. And because you was in the pop charts. He could have just kept going there, but he went, let me get up this pop tree and go deal with this street shit. And then 50 Cent tricked you to come off your tree.
And took his stuff and made a
took his
bunch of
stuff and
singing
took-
records.
No, he took his stuff up your tree and now he got it. And now you're like, what would I be without you? Nigga, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked. That's what you would be. So you guys expanded, right? You guys, I see you guys just took an investment for $25 million for LVRN. And when I saw that, I was wanting to ask, like, I feel like, and I'm guessing by the way, I feel like you guys got inside and realized we don't really need what we asked for. We can
Yeah.
kind of we can kind of be out. We could be Interscope.
Yeah.
Like, how do we be Interscope?
I mean, I think that was always the goal, right? Like,
Yeah.
how we started, like you know what I'm
for sure.
saying? Like, shit, I mean, Tunde was your intern damn near,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Um,
My little bro, he just
Yeah.
he have full. He could come in any day.
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like understanding that like we always wanted to be an independent company. We always wanted to be responsible for our destiny.
Yeah.
Right. But one thing that I believe that we had to go learn was infrastructure. How do we build how do we build an infrastructure? And I think that like, you know, as young black executives, like we don't talk about it enough, which is just like the reality of learning from people that have done it.
Yes.
Right? We always just want to figure shit out and just want to go crash out when you don't have to.
Yeah.
Right? So like for us, like going into the building was understanding how these labels are run.
Yeah.
How do you build a company? How
Yeah.
do you scale? Do you really realize that cash flow is very fucking hard to manage?
Very
It doesn't
important.
matter how successful you are.
Period.
You can ruin your company if you don't know how to manage your cash flow.
Yep.
Right? So understanding infrastructure and how to hire properly. What does your HR process look like? What is the company culture? So we really wanted to go understand all those things, and like when it got to a space where we're like, okay, we still have more to learn, but I think we have like the fundamentals now.
Yeah.
We also have some wins under our belt.
Yeah.
We can
A lot of
really,
wins, not some, a lot.
We can do this.
Yeah.
Right? We can do this, and like, and that became the transition where it's like, you know, obviously your deal is up, and like, do you extend or do you take another path? And I think we had to sit back and like, yo, let's take another path. And like,
Yeah.
let's really build how we wanted to build in Atlanta. We bought a new building, and like let's just really build the culture how we want to do with no attachments.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Do whatever we want. You know what I'm saying? And again, just like having like great examples, like watching what Top is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's incredible watching what you're doing. Like
Yeah.
all, like being able to just move freely.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the future
That's
of
the future.
where we are.
I was just about to go there. What does the future look like in your eyes? Like to me, like are you worried? I'm a little worried because I feel like there's so much money flowing that we're forgetting that you have to be a superstar.
Yeah.
It's like everybody is rich, but it's like you got to be a superstar though to really get that status.
I think I had to redefine how I view it now, because being a superstar, I feel like it's an antiquated perspective.
Okay.
My opinion.
Okay.
I think that like where we're heading is gonna be a bunch of, and there already is a bunch of subcultures.
Yeah.
And a bunch of niches.
Yes.
Right. It's how do you talk to your niche? Your niche gets so loud to where it topples over. Right. But the reality of it is that your business is going to be built on super fans.
Yes.
Your business is not going to be built on casual fans, right? Because how people receive information is so scattered to where you can't control a groupthink. You just can't.
Yeah.
There's a hurricane coming today. Nigga, I didn't know there was a hurricane coming today till he told me this morning. Nigga, it's my life.
Yes,
right?
right.
Like, it's not an album. This is my life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so like when you sit back and you really think about that perspective, you realize that like, oh, okay, cool. I know we want the next, you know, superstar so bad, but it's just not gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the artists that I signed, London. I'll shout out to London. He's a producer from Lagos, and he's doing incredible things. And like he just sent me a record from when he did a record with this Latin guy that I've never heard of. Nigga have 40 million monthly listeners. I was like,
wow.
I've never heard of this nigga.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Doing stadiums in his hometown.
Yeah.
Who said he's not a superstar?
Yeah. That's real.
Who said he's not a superstar? But
Yeah.
we don't know him.
But to me, they have to decide you know this, we have to decide at that moment. Like you got to almost look at your money and be like, damn, 40 million monthly listeners, we made X amount of dollars. Like it's like what you guys did, like signed a couple stars, made some records, made a whole lot of money. What do we want to do next? And I think that you guys decided to take another path because you guys wanted to go somewhere else. And I think that an artist has to sit down and say, okay, I got 40 monthly listeners. I don't know, where do I want to go? Like, do we want to go bigger? Do we want to kind of, like you said, do we want to expand our fan base? Do we want to interact, or we want to build with our super fans, right? Like somebody like Tech Nine did. Like he don't give a fuck about a song on the radio.
No, but I'm just saying, like, can you name me a superstar that's come out that's post 2019? Like an actual
superstar.
Yeah, actual superstar.
Post 2019?
Yeah, like, and when I say like came out, meaning like
Debut. They didn't do nothing prior to that.
Did nothing prior
Okay.
to. Like, if you look at all the superstars, they have, again, there's a certain thing. The threshold of becoming a household name died after 2018. It's not really that possible unless some weird shit happens that just
I was about to say.
happen to
But
you.
see, to me, that's what scares me though.
Right.
It's like, to me, what the problem is right now with the game is that, and by the way, this is not no old mentality as much as this is just a the mama mentality. Is that once you get to a certain amount of money, like y'all, I know you, Tunde, Sean, y'all wake up starving.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, but you got an artist and they might be like, man, I made $20 million last year. I want to take a 3-year break. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, no, let's keep going. No. And they're like, no, I like where I'm at. So that's what I mean. Because the superstar means you've already made money. It's like Travis is a superstar. You've already made money, but it's bigger than money. It's about me. That's why I said the mama mentality is about me driving myself all the way to the top. Like, it's, nigga, don't put me at the top of the Empire State Building. Nigga, I want to be in space. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like that's missing in today's market. That's why I love putting a spotlight on the boutique companies who are in the middle of like trying to break shit like you guys are. But I'm just like, it's a different time, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying communication can't help what you're saying, right? Like the way people even get the information to create a superstar, to create a household name, to be a stratosphere artist, it doesn't work that way anymore. Like algorithmically, it just doesn't.
I'm trying to think who's the last person. I'm trying to think who, because Billie Eilish, she came right around 15, 16.
Yep, before that.
Sabrina Carpenter, she hasn't hit that mark yet.
But she was
moving before that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I was going to say Harry Styles, but he was moving before that.
Hasn't hit that. Like, you know what? I could tell you somebody came out 2019. That's a superstar.
Oh.
Meg and Cardi, right?
Meg came out before 2019.
Yeah, 2019 before 2019.
Meg is like 16, 17.
Yeah, she been rapping
Easy.
for a while.
Easy.
Well, Lizzo, Lizzo came in 2019 because we did that album. I remember that.
But that again, she be making records before that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
When did Glorilla come out?
Glorilla's not a superstar yet.
Yeah, she's not really a superstar.
She's not. Like, Doja Cat came out.
No, but she was out
10
before.
years. Yeah,
She was
but
out
she's a
before that.
superstar. Yeah, she's a superstar. Yeah. All right, but to me, okay, so now I'm going to ask you this. This is where it gets a little like, I want to know your thoughts. Do you believe that that's the game's problem, or do you believe that's the world's problem? So what I'm saying is that, do you think that if someone had a goal, like you had a goal to make a real superstar, do you think it's impossible because of the way the game is set up, or you just think people are making so much money that they're like, shit, we doing great?
It's just the way communication is working. Again, there can be a presidential debate.
Yeah.
And Casanata has more viewers than the presidential debate. That's just a fact.
That's crazy.
Right? Like, we're
That's
talking about
crazy.
the future of your country.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You got more viewers than the niggas is playing Grand Theft Auto.
Can I say Casanata's a superstar?
You know what I'm saying?
Casanata to me is a superstar.
Yeah.
Nigga, he's a streamer,
Yes.
nigga. I
Yes.
don't know. Does anybody know a streamer? Like, I didn't know
On Twitch.
Didn't even care about what.
Yeah,
I'm just
right.
saying, he showed you a superstar when he did that Times Square thing. And I feel like artists should be doing more spectacles.
Yeah,
like, and
more
you get that.
spectacles.
And to me,
more spectacles.
that's what makes a star.
Yeah.
The spectacle, like,
In this climate, yes. That's what makes a star.
and
Because
Yes.
it has to make the local impact. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What
Like,
the fuck he had?
yeah.
He shut Times Square down.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like, that travels around the world. Now
Yeah.
you're like, who is this kid? I need to know him. He got
Yeah.
that much power. Now brands are coming, people are coming. All he did was give away a PlayStation.
Yeah.
To his audience.
So it's
that-
almost like a bunch of impact moments or situations.
And that's what I was asking.
You have to flex what your actual
Boom.
reach is.
You have
You can't just flex it on the internet. Like, we gotta see it in real
We
life.
got to see it in yes.
We gotta see it in
Yes.
real life.
And if you're doing it in real life, make sure somebody capture that shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now we see fucking 6,000 people singing your song. We see you differently now.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Like
Am I missing
Damn,
out?
there it is.
You know what I'm saying?
You get it, bro. Like, you get it, bro. Like, that's why. But to me, I feel like the business is not ran by people who care.
Sorry, not like.
Go ahead.
I know you don't have much time, but like, even to go back to what I was saying again, how communication is happening, which is just like Donald Trump, right? Look at how he's marketing himself to be the president, right? He's not doing the traditional outlets.
I always say that.
He's going to go see the podcasters.
Yep.
He's going to see the streamers. You know what I'm saying? Again, understanding how communication is working.
Yeah.
Right? Like, instead of him doing his thing with Joe Biden, he went to go do the thing with the Fox dude,
Yeah.
the old Fox dude.
Yeah.
What's his name, right? Who has his YouTube channel. And,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They get on
Yeah.
Twitter with Elon. The man does more viewers than anything,
Yeah.
right? So again, it just
It's
lets
true.
it lets you know how communication is happening. So it's so fragmented that, like, the idea of having a superstar where, you know, you know, they debut your song on 106 in Park and that shit's gone.
Yeah.
Nigga, nah.
Yeah.
Like, nah, that shit's
nigga.
not happening.
It's no
You
more
know what I'm
15
saying?
minutes of fame. It's
Nah.
only 15 seconds.
That's 15 seconds.
15
Yeah.
seconds. You got you got to be smart enough to know how to make them 15 seconds go 15.
And keep
You got
it
to a
going.
minute. Hey, don't be excited. We still got like 60 more of those to go before we get to 15 minutes,
Yeah.
my nigga. And then so it's like, but you can't get caught up in the moment.
I
Always
feel
have to
like
work.
I feel like the ones that don't, like, you know, and Jimmy Iovine said the best thing to me where he was just like, yo, you're on borrowed time, what are you gonna do with it? Right? And I feel like the artists that keep going are the artists that are always paranoid, which
Yes.
is bad for your fucking health, but I'm
I'm so glad you said
that.
that. It's almost like you have to keep your head in
Yeah.
the swivel to
Yeah.
work. Like I'm talking about the one thing that the most successful people I knew had in common. Like I'm talking about, like, when you get to that level of like billionaire status, is that they're always paranoid.
Yeah.
They always worry something's coming different. They always worry somebody's gonna take their spot. Like, there's a famous story where Jay-Z comes in the room and he be like, 50 Cent is coming. Nigga, I'm telling y'all, so y'all get in our shit, but then a year later, here go Jay in the commercial with him, a Reebok commercial. Like, nigga, it's business as usual, but nigga, I'll try to tell y'all, get out there. What's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and I'm here to talk to you about YKTV Magazine, which is the #1 magazine for prison entertainment. These prisoners are sitting in jail. They have nothing to do but read these magazines and read your ads, buy your music, support your business, anything that you can do that's online commerce. They already have published over 140 magazines with 36 major artists that have covered it, and I'm giving you an opportunity to advertise this magazine and get directly to an audience that you know has the time and the money to spend. Info at the bottom, info at the God Show. Holla at us, whether you're an artist, producer, whoever you are. We can help you with your business. Holla at us to get to YKTV. Before you come in, so to me, it's a lot of that, but man, I could talk to you all day. Last question. Not even question, statement. If every artist that is coming up that wants to be in this music business is looking right now and watching us right now, and they're looking at the companies that are changing and losing their jobs, and the game is kind of going, and the game is basically in the cleanse right now, right? What would you say to them? Fuck the industry. What would you say to those artists or those young managers about where the game is and what they need to focus on?
I think it gets down to the essence of what we've been talking about this whole show.
Yes.
Which is just like, work on yourself, on your craft, right? Like, at the end of the day, you know, sometimes you just being that good just turns you into a business, right? And I think that, and I think that, like, I think that chasing things or chasing this industry, which is always evolving. And by the way, the music industry is always the slowest industry ever.
Yes.
We're the last to ever innovate. We are behind. We fight everything. I mean, it took some technology niggas to come basically take it over.
Period.
Right? And that's just because we've been greedy for so long.
Yes.
Right? So again, if you're an artist and you're watching everything that's happening, number one, like, I think that you need to start to build your team. Start to build your team. But before you do any of that, make sure your shit's right. Like, make sure you're good.
Yes.
Make sure you're actually good at what you do. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got some traction.
Yes,
you got some, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and by the way, you can find out if you're good. If you got 1,000 followers and no one cares, you can't. It's not that you're gonna get 500,000 followers and people gonna care. If them 1,000 people don't care, no one's gonna care.
Right? And I always say, when people come up to me and be like, "Yo, like, can you put me on?" I'm like, listen. The reality of this shit is that this industry is merciless.
Yes.
Right? So if you're asking me to put you on, I tell them something, you're not going to make it.
Nope.
You're not going to make it.
Nope.
Because you don't even have the
Your own plan.
you don't even have the mentality
Yeah.
to understand why you're not going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you don't just walk up to the greatest in the game and say, "Yo, like,
Put me on.
coach me."
Yeah.
Like, nigga.
He's showing you every day on the court what he's doing. Last thing, one more thing about.
Yeah, I got something too.
I want to
Yeah.
talk about the international part.
South Africa?
Yes.
Go ahead.
You guys are like branching off into, like, I see you guys just on the country black artists. I see like Tunde is always on the damn plane overseas.
Yeah, niggas on the way to Australia
always,
right now.
He's
Australia?
always in,
Yeah,
on some
he's
international
insane.
stuff. Like, you guys, I feel like
like
you
he doesn't like
guys
his
are
home at this
betting on
point.
the world. Exactly, right? You live in the air. But I feel like you guys are betting on the world. Like, you're betting that the world is going to come together musically. Because it's like you guys have, like, art. So you just branched off into South Africa. You just have an artist from Lagos. Like, what do you know?
No, I've been praying for this moment and I'm so glad that you asked this question because I've never been able to share this out loud, even though I can just flip my phone and do it. But it's better here. I'm glad you asked this question. I've been waiting on this moment because I've had this theory forever.
Okay.
And my theory is the reason why Taylor Swift is the biggest artist in the world is because there are more white people than they are black people in America that have access to the internet. Right?
Okay.
Cool. Let's just, for easy math, let's just say there's 100 million white people and there's 20 million black people.
Yep.
Right? So now you're led to believe that your music ain't that popular.
Yeah.
Or you're not that hot. Or you're not as big as Taylor. You're not because you're not making as much money.
Yeah.
But I'm like, there's 300 million niggas in Lagos alone.
Yeah.
Alone.
Yep.
Okay. It's another 100, 200 in South Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you take the whole continent of Africa, is that 1.5 billion too?
Yeah.
Shit. Kendrick Lamar, the minute fucking everybody in Lagos has Wi-Fi, he might have 1,000, a billion followers on Instagram. Because there's a lot of niggas that look like him, that relate to him, that can actually follow and engage with him.
Yep.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Right? So we're early in the space of music and we're early in the space of entertainment. But like the minute like everybody starts getting access, because smartphones, everybody has them now, right? But the Wi-Fi is expensive.
Yes.
Right?
In
Like,
Africa. Okay.
Yeah. So like once it starts becoming easier and easier and more people keep getting it, more people, bro, we become a dominant force. It's the reason why China has been kicking our ass as a global force for so long, because they have so many people to where they're self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
fire.
black people and black music and urban music in general, like, nigga, you know what I mean? Niggas like love Ja Rule in Accra, Ghana.
Yeah.
Like if Ja Rule goes to Ghana right now, he's gonna get the bag.
Yeah.
Because we love the music and they love the music. And at the end of the day, it's just like, I think we look at ourselves in the United States, we got to realize that we're jaded, right? Like a lot of these countries, like they've been having to just watch and be fans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like they still appreciate their stars, right? They're not as jaded as, you know what I'm saying? Which is why Latin music is so big, right? Because Brazil figured out Wi-Fi.
Yeah. That's real as
No
fuck.
real
You know
talk.
what I'm saying? They figured it out. And I'm just saying, like, we're here.
Yeah, we need a
And-
black
and-
billionaire to really focus on giving Africa Wi-Fi. That'll probably change the black economy by far, because now we can sell everything and we can. That's crazy. I never thought about that.
I mean, if you really, really, really go deep down on the surface, the nigga that owns Vivendi, you know, he got into a little bit of trouble, but like, Vivendi is the company,
Vivendi,
parent
the old
company
Universal.
of Universal, and you know a bunch of other big companies, but you know they're putting some Wi-Fi in these countries in Africa, because they understand what this is gonna do for their streaming market.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Yeah.
So this is everybody. Let's give it up for Justice. We're cool pants. My dog right here. You a smart dude, bro. I wanted to do this like this because I want to do something big with all you guys, because I came up. By the way, and I got a shout out to Amber.
Amber Bacardi,
Yeah.
shout out to Amber.
Amber is
my boss.
bro. She is probably the most smartest. She's probably one of the smartest women in this shit. Like people.
Yeah, people.
Period.
I was about to say.
No.
yeah,
But the reason I say women
Yeah.
is because when she comes in the room, you just see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like she'll come and she's a pretty girl, but if she opens her mouth and you're like, you're gonna be the president of the United States one day. Like she gives you that vibe. No, real talk, right?
Absolutely.
That's what I
Absolutely.
mean by like, and that's different for her. So I just want to shout out your team. But I want to do something right with you guys. But I also want to talk to you, and we gotta get Justice on That's Debatable, because this nigga.
So That's Debatable is different.
That's a whole nother
Yeah.
show.
Okay.
Yeah, this is for the artists. That is for us to argue, but this is information show. Like
Got you,
this is the show where all the artists are watching.
Okay.
That's for like the culture watcher. You just want to hear
Yeah.
who's the better. Like
Yeah.
us arguing about Drake and Kendrick. That was the episode of That's Debatable. That's what it looks like. But I like to argue, so that's what I did. But shout out to our sponsor, Two Loss. Shout out to Justice. Shout out to LVRN, and shout out to everything that they're doing. I would just suggest that anybody young and black watch these guys. They showed us what together looks like. They showed us what friends can really do if they put egos to the side and focus on what they good with. And I just want to give you some props for that, brother, because I love that shit, man.
I appreciate
On
that.
some real black man
Congrats
shit.
on
I love
everything
that.
you're bringing,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
Like what you're building, and Man, songwriter of the year. Yo,
Thank you.
that's-
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
That's legendary shit. And
Yeah.
also, like, fuck all that. Fuck the who you work with. Like, nigga, what you're building.
Thank you.
Like, as an individual and as an entity. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, yeah, nah.
It's like y'all. It's like I look at it all the same.
Yeah.
Like a hit song is the same thing as hit content.
Yeah.
A hit interview is the same thing as a fucking hit meme. It's all the same. You just need to put something out there that hits, and if it does, then you figure out how to turn it into money.
Yeah.
But don't worry about the money before you worry about the hit. That's most people make the mistake. They want the money, the masters. All my masters, like, dog, learn this shit first.
Yeah.
Run the marathon. Sign to somebody for 3 years, for 2 or 3 albums, like they did. They work the Interscope, learn what they learned, build their own Interscope now.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, niggas want to be Prince without being Prince.
Yes, bro. I just had to say that, man. Shout out to everybody watching this Artist Spotlight. We are out. Let's go.